What's up everyone, and welcome back to the Bold and the Beautiful 24 official channel. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button today. Let's get started. Lee Finnegan fakes Looney Luna's death. The Bold and the Beautiful hint Luna Nozawa's days are winding down on the daytime soap opera. All signs are pointing to Taylor and Ridge's wedding plans on the Bold and the Beautiful. This week's slow burn involves Ridge and Taylor's wedding plans. We have a feeling they will get stalled on the Bold and the Beautiful. This doesn't bode well for this couple, who are already on shaky footing. Why they might be stopped? Taylor wanted to take her future into her own hands. She asked Ridge to marry her, and he said yes. It took him some time, but the two couldn't be any more happier. Well, at least Taylor is happy. We're not sure how Ridge is feeling. He seems to still have Brooke on his mind. He also doesn't like that Nick is back in town. Otherwise, he was content in his relationship with Taylor. He wasn't willing to put a ring on it at first. But now we see that Ridge is sticking to his word. But that doesn't mean they'll be racing down the aisle anytime soon. Their wedding plans could get halted. Last week, Taylor told Steffy that they don't have a wedding date set yet. They're going to be distracted for a while. Steffy was almost left for dead. Luna tried to kill her, but ended up shooting Liam and Sheila. They will find another reason to hold off on their nuptials. What this means? Ridge won't be in a celebratory mood. He'll want to pause their wedding plans for the sake of their family. However, their family deserves something to look forward to. They've been faced with so many setbacks in the past year alone. Taylor will go along with Ridge's idea because she only wants to keep him happy. She considers his needs and happiness ahead of hers. But this will spell trouble for the couple. Ridge still has Brooke on the back of his mind. The fact that she is getting closer to Nick probably makes him crazy. Yet, he was the one who dramatically told her goodbye for good, even though they still work at the same place. They will continue to run into each other at the office. Ridge just wanted to make it clear to Brooke that there was no chance for a reconciliation. But that doesn't necessarily mean that things are going well for Taylor and Ridge. The reason Taylor proposed is that she didn't feel secure in their relationship. She wanted to lock him down before he jumped ship and went back to Brooke. Also, Ridge's feelings could change during their trip to Italy. What are your thoughts on this storyline? Do you think Ridge and Taylor will make it down the aisle? Share your thoughts in the comments section. Taylor Hayes' wedding plans come to screeching halt. Wedding bells are the last things on anyone's mind right now on the Bold and the Beautiful. With Luna Nozawa's triple shooting taking front and center stage this month, is Taylor Hayes going to take a break from wedding plans or try to rush Ridge Forrester down the aisle? Keep reading to find out. Here's what's happening next on Bold and Beautiful on CBS. Spoilers down below. Luna's shooting gives Ridge short wedding break. Taylor Hayes was so eager to marry Ridge Forrester on BNB that she took him out to dinner and proposed to him. Imagine Ridge's surprise when Taylor popped the question over a candle-lit dinner. It's not like he could say no. The last time Ridge turned Taylor down, she ended up in the hospital with broken heart syndrome and some serious health complications. It was obvious after their engagement that Ridge Forrester was having second thoughts about heading down the aisle to the altar. However, after Luna Nozawa killed more people, plans for a wedding were put on hold. According to Bold and Beautiful, it will only be a matter of time before Taylor begins to grow restless and gets back to her wedding plans. If Luna Nozawa passes away, the Forrester family will be ready to celebrate. And, it looks like Liam Spencer will be out of the woods in a few weeks. Taylor will begin putting pressure on Ridge to choose a date for their wedding, and the Forrester Creations team will resume their normal daily activities. Rumor has it she might even try to convince him to elope with her. Taylor Hayes could use Liam Spencer and Steffy Forrester's brush with death as an excuse to tie the knot sooner. Steffy has always wanted her parents to get back together. It's no secret she has been eager for them to reunite. Taylor uses Steffy for guilt trip. Taylor could convince Ridge that their daughter needs something positive to help her bounce back from Luna's attack, and a wedding is the answer. What better way to forget Finn's daughter tried to shoot her than to go on cake tastings with her mother? Is it only a matter of time before Taylor starts trying to get Ridge down the aisle again? Will she use Steffy's attack to guilt him into heading to the altar? In the constantly shifting landscape of the Bold and the Beautiful, where love triangles, betrayals, and heartbreaks are as constant as fashion shows and boardroom drama, few relationships have been as enduringly complicated and frustratingly circular as the one between Ridge Forrester and Dr. Taylor Hayes, and now, as Taylor pushes to finally marry Ridge after years of emotional ping-pong, their wedding plans are once again thrown into chaos by new threats, unresolved feelings, and deeply buried insecurities, all wrapped in the high-gloss drama that only daytime soap operas can deliver, because while Taylor is outwardly radiant with joy, thrilled to have Ridge finally say yes to her surprise candlelit proposal, viewers and even the characters themselves can feel the tremors beneath the surface, the hesitation in Ridge's eyes, the uncertainty in his voice, and the ghost of Brooke Logan lingering like perfume in the air, making it all too clear that this wedding, if it even happens, will be anything but a fairy tale, starting with the fact that Taylor had to propose to Ridge in the first place, a bold, romantic, yet telling move that signaled not only her deep desire to move forward, but also her persistent fear that Ridge might once again drift away if she didn't anchor him to something permanent, like a marriage certificate. And while Ridge did say yes, the speed and pressure of the moment may have forced his hand, because moments before that proposal, Ridge had been caught in a web of nostalgia and memory, reflecting on his past with both Taylor and Brooke, unsure whether the future he's building is one he truly wants or one he feels obligated to maintain, especially after the heartbreak he caused them both during his infamous back-and-forth saga. And while Taylor appears to believe that love can conquer all, Ridge isn't entirely convinced yet. He's playing along, perhaps out of guilt, perhaps out of hope, or perhaps simply because he doesn't want to be alone. But either way, the couple has yet to set a wedding date, and Taylor's conversation with Steffy reveals a deeper truth. There's a delay that no one wants to name, a pause filled with unspoken doubts. And just when Taylor might have started to push again for movement, the chaos with Luna Nozawa erupts like a bomb, throwing the Forrester family into another whirlwind of pain, grief, and crisis that leaves Ridge in no emotional state to plan or even think about a wedding, as he shifts his focus entirely to protecting his family, especially Steffy, who narrowly survived a tragic and traumatic encounter with Luna, an encounter that left Liam Spencer shot, Sheila Carter injured, and the entire family teetering on emotional collapse. So naturally Ridge calls for a halt to the wedding planning, and Taylor, always the peacemaker when it comes to Ridge, agrees, shelving her dreams once again under the guise of family unity, even though the pause is quietly devastating for her, especially because she knows deep down that Ridge isn't just putting the wedding on hold for Steffy's sake, he's using it as an excuse to buy himself more time to sort through feelings he refuses to fully admit, particularly his unresolved emotional connection to Brooke, who just so happens to be growing closer to Nick Marone in Ridge's absence, a fact that clearly needles Ridge every time he hears about it or sees them interact at Forrester Creations. And while Ridge pretends to be indifferent, those who know him best, especially Taylor, can sense his inner turmoil. And the fact that he's seeing Brooks moving on as some kind of betrayal, even though he was the one who broke things off with her for good, speaks volumes about how unfinished their chapter still is. So it's no wonder that Taylor is getting nervous again, replaying every moment in her head, trying to figure out if Ridge's yes was sincere or simply strategic, a way to prove something to Brooke or himself. And as the days drag on without a set date, Taylor begins to lose the confident optimism she had when she first proposed. And then, in the midst of all this emotional limbo, rumors begin circulating at the hospital and Forrester about Luna's condition worsening, about possible murder charges, and even about Sheila Carter playing a role in Luna's breakdown, which pulls even more attention away from Taylor and Ridge's supposed engagement. And as Ridge becomes more consumed by trying to make sure Liam survives and Steffy feels safe again, Taylor starts to wonder if she will ever be a priority in his life, or if she's just the safe choice he defaults to when things fall apart. And in a twist of strategy, both maternal and romantic, Taylor begins to reconsider her passive stance, realizing that if she doesn't take control again, the wedding may never happen. So she devises a new plan: use Steffy's trauma to guilt Ridge into committing, convince him that their daughter needs something to celebrate, a distraction from the darkness, a new chapter of love and joy. And what better way to do that than a wedding, especially a surprise elopement, which would catch Ridge off guard just long enough for Taylor to steer him to the altar without giving him time to backpedal.